Let's talk about new and old terminologies. Now, what are terminologies? Terminology is any term or word that you use in order to refer to something in the past. So, there were a lot of new and old terminologies that were used and that changed drastically how we see history. So, historical records, languages and the meaning of words change with time. For example, a word that would have meant something different in the past means something totally different today. So, for example, in the Mughal era, Hindustan was the most common term for India. So, India in that Mughal era was used to refer as Hindustan, whereas now we most commonly call it Bharat. In the 13th century, the term Hindustan was used by the Persians and Mughals to mean the areas around the Indus River Valley and the Indus Valley civilization. So, the northwest India around Punjab, Haryana and the lands between the Ganga and the Yamuna rivers, but not the south of India. Okay. So, Hindustan comprised of the people and the states or the region around Indus Valley, okay, the Indus River. That was Hindustan, but not the southern part or the coastal areas of India as we see. But today, Hindustan is referred to as India for all the country that is there. So, the terms and meaning of words change over time. For example, Hindustan today means India, a country, whereas in the 13th century, Minhaj-e-Siraj, a chronicler who wrote in Persian, used it to refer to the regions or areas of Punjab, Haryana and the lands between Ganga and Yamuna. So, you can see that there is a lot of difference between what a word referred to in the past and what it refers to today. So, Hindustan today refers to the whole country of India, whereas earlier it was just a specific region in the northwest part of the Indian subcontinent. Babur also used the term Hindustan to explain the geographies and cultures of the subcontinent in the early 16th century. Babur was a Mughal emperor and he used the term Hindustan in order to explain geographies and different cultures of the subcontinent. So, these were similar to the way Amir Khusro, he was a very famous poet, did in the 14th century. So, here is an image of Babur. So, historians, they have to check the meanings of the terms and the words that they used to mean, because the meaning must have been changed over time. So, for example, today we use the term foreigner to mean someone who is not an Indian, someone who is coming from a different land. But in the medieval time, in the medieval period, it was a stranger who was not part of the society or the culture. Of course, the meaning or the interpretation is somewhat similar, but today it is more on the basis of territory and land. So, for example, a person coming to India for example, from United States is a foreigner to us. But at that time, a person in the medieval time, a person who did not belong to the same culture or the same society was termed as a foreigner, even if he belonged to the same land.